And the Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Coleman. And he's running in the open. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
And that big gainer on the last one has him ready to go from inside the 10. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Pushes ahead for 2 to the 7-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and goal. That's the end of the 1st quarter. And after 1, we're tied 0-0.
They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Auburn!
Well, your opponent can't beat you if you don't give them the football. And they were able to possess it throughout the entire 1st quarter, and they finally cap it off with that impressive rushing touchdown.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Johnson. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. First down here for the offense. Downfield. Gets away from one. Finds some space. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
After a big gainer on that first play, now they can really go for it on 1st and 10. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. To the air. It's Cook. He's going up top. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Missouri!
What a massive play for the offense. And sometimes when you're calling it deep in your own end, you're expecting man coverage or at least a one-on-one to the outside of the field, and that's what they had. The quarterback put air under it. The receiver shows off his speed. They make the catch, and it's not just a big 1st down. It's a touchdown. That is a momentum-changing play.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Tosses to the quarterback. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. They'll try to put it in drive this time on 2nd down from the 22. He's looking to throw. Quickly complete. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. Touch pass on the run. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And that play is essentially like the jet sweep, right? This offense is going to run the football conventionally. They'll do it between the tackles. They'll do it outside. But there's a lot of different creative ways they can get their playmakers the football in the running game. And I think that was an example of what you saw right there.
So after the first down run, here's 2nd down. Here's the handoff. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
And most importantly, they got the first. They've been getting pushed around up front this game and haven't created a lot of lanes to run the football, but you needed it. You needed that first down. You needed to get the sticks moving. You need to run some clock, so good job by the offense finding a little bit of space to get the first down.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
The throw to the outside is complete. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down. 6th play of the drive coming up. The give on the inside. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards. And it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down, you can get yards like that turning around again.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different and give this offense something to think about.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at 2nd down. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Thorne. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And the ball slipped out. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
And he was under so much duress on that play. You saw him scrambling, trying to buy time, doing everything he can to keep the play alive. But the defense just kept coming in waves, and he got a little bit downfield before they finally knocked it out and jumped on that fumble.
Looking to the big tight end. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Takes it the other way. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
He's got it on the run. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And tell you what, keep that passing game up, and keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a run.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He's going to let it go. And it's picked off. He'll try to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job of his decision-making.
Run in the red zone, it's Alston. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Back to throw, it's Thorne. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Trying to take it back. The 30. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Tigers. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender, seeing that ball in the end zone. Your eyes get big as saucers. Go, jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive.
That's the end of the first half with the game tied.
Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. They're on it, and they get it back for another drive. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game. There he goes down the right side. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Tigers. And that one will put him up here in the second half.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear, with his speed, he was gone.
And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that, but just gashed them for the big play in the running game. One snap, one touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Looking to move it through the air. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf. They'll line up for a second down play. To the air, it's Cook. Unloads to the wideout. Hauls it in. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The aerial assault continues. Looking for a huge play. He caught it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Missouri!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
After that latest answer, tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Takes the handoff. It's Hunter. At the 45 on his way. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
Well, they get another big run for a first down, and if you're on offense, you love the way your offensive line is blocking early in this game. They're getting tremendous movement, and they're making life pretty easy for these running backs right now.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Underneath toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Auburn!
That is such a nice job by the receiver there in that trick play, acting like he's going to block and then getting downfield. He was wide open, thinking to himself, just don't drop this, just don't drop this. All he had to do was catch it and run it into the end zone.
Oh, and I think people underestimate the timing of a flea flicker, right? When you got to hand the football off, get the toss back, and the quarterback now be in sync with the receiver, and he catches it, you're right, and then gets into the end zone like he's supposed to for the big-time play.
And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, you know, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to get a few first downs, get some space. So if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Quick pass on the jet motion. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
There was just nowhere to go with the football for the quarterback throwing it. So he tried to create, he tried to extend the play with his legs, just not able to get away from the defense, and now we have fourth down.
They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. It is good. And now the lead is even bigger.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over. And while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this.
He's going for it all. Another interception. That's his fourth of the day. Got room on the return. Inside the 30. He goes
That shit ain't working no more,
and he
stupid nigga.
just about